Hey guys, welcome back to Unknown. This is a Jar version 1, and today I'll be telling you why I think this is the most genius design the origami community has seen in a very long time. All about the paper size. So right now I have a US letter size paper here, 8.5 by 11 inches. Now, if I was to take out a square out of this, I would get something like this, right? A square along with this strip of paper. So let's just say I use the square to make anything I want. Now we have this strip of paper left. Now it's too long to take out any more squares because they'll be too small. So usually people just throw it in the dustbin because, well, it's a very unusable piece of paper. But with this exact piece of paper, you can make this jar, and that has to be the most genius design we have seen, because before I got my Japanese paper to make lots of stuff more clearly, because those Japanese papers are exact squares, I use letter sized and took out the squares, and I use this to make jars. This is why this needs to be the best design, and this is just jar version 1. There are 5 other designs of the same thing. This is jar version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, version 5 and 6. Version 5 and 6 have not been published on the channel as tutorials yet, but these 4 have. You can check them out in the jar playlist in my channel. The thing with these is, there's not much difference. The bottoms are exactly the same for everything. It's just that these have different top variations. The folds on the top are different, but this is the original. This kind of thing is the original, and that's what makes this really good. The top, you can make your own variation to the top, and there is nothing so open like this that okay, just make your own variations for the top, make it your own jar. Right now I have just made up to 6. This is 5, this is 6. I've made this much. And where is this coming from? Paper that is just left over from taking out a square. So imagine, from a letter size paper, which you may think is literally no use, you can take out an exact square of 8.5 inches. You're gonna have 2.5 by 8.5, this big long sheet of paper, and you can make these out of it. So these 4 are available to make with this size of paper on channel. These will come sooner or later, but this has to be the most genius design you've seen. And you may think, okay, like, didn't you get some inspiration from someone else? The thing is, this is completely my idea. I have not seen anybody else trying to use leftover paper to make anything. This was my original idea from the start. This is why I like this so much. This is the first jar ever made in existence. It's a little bit, I can say, not so nice looking, but it is definitely, you can see there is not much difference from today's really good jars, I call them. This was the first jar ever made. This is the first thing I made. And you may say, okay, so you've made so many of these. Now, how many of these could you have? I have got, okay, hold up, this is hard to bring. Yes, I have these many sheets of leftover paper. And remember, US letter sized, not A4. That's the thing. A4s have a different size. US letter sized paper have a different size. So make sure you're having your US letter sized sheet of paper, and then you can get a lot of these strips if you make enough origami. I like red the most. Red is the classic, red is the original. So if you want to make this, make sure you use red, and then you can use the square to make one of the Shima dragons. That's probably what I did for most of the red ones. And I also must have made some sliding cubes. So what is the takeaway from this? This needs to be more popular, in my opinion. What I mean by this is, more people should know about this, because this type of idea should be promoted, of using leftover paper to make origami. I have not seen this before anywhere. And if you want to make your own variations, sure, you can go ahead, and if you'd like to send them to me, just send me an email with a picture of a net. And if you don't believe me right here, I'm just going to open one up. look, this is the exact size as this. Same exact thing. It's the same exact size, and I'll fold this later. Now there's another feature to this, except for it being, minimalistic. We have got this top, and there's also this bottom which you can push. It's not exactly a feature. If you push it too hard, you may just crack it open. First of all, it sounds amazing. Wait, let me focus. Okay, it won't focus. The sound of it opening, it's really cool. And then you can actually make it float. Now, because of the camera angle, you can't see this, and because the fan's on, it does stand on this, like literally standing on, and then you can make it float like that. You can see this. I'm gonna hold it, but like you can see it kind of floats. And then whenever you're picking it up, just push it down. So like, let's just say it's floating like this. Now push it and then lift it up, and you'll be like, oh, okay, it doesn't float. But then you can also do that. And then there's also another feature that you can push the inside and make it float. You see what I did there? If you notice carefully, it just, if you push it, you can see it lifts up. But since the fan is on, it's not like floating. You get my point. You can just like, I recently discovered that you can just push it and make it float. It works best with my jar moving forward. It's nice. You push it and it floats. I don't know, my fan is on, so that is all not happening properly. But yes, this is the whole point. This type of thing needs to be made better. If you're watching this video and you're wondering where to get tutorials from, there is a link in the tutorial to the remake of this. You can skip some of the starting because I re-explained this in some more detail. But this video was specifically made for you people to understand that this is a really cool idea. And anybody who would like to go further with this can comment below. This is only for this top variation. I don't know what it does. It's kind of satisfying when you do this, and then you have these which you can just pop. And this is the Paco variation where they alternate, so you can do that too. This is completely origami, no glue, no tape. You have your middle layer here, so the same variation on the top, you do it in the middle, and you get something like this. Now you can keep your stuff in it, and then once you're done using it, just push it down and it collapses by itself. So thank you for watching.